Hello, welcome to the YouTube channel Botany for All. In today's video, we will discuss about the history of enzymes or the discovery of enzymes. What are some remarkable events by different scientists, or what are the views of different scientists upon the topic enzymes that we are going to discuss. So enzyme is a general word which represents the chemical substances inside a particular cell, chemicals in a cell. Or we can say that these are special type of the chemicals which are present in the living organisms. All of the metabolic reactions, all of the process, even at the cellular level, a particular single cell having lots of processes like if I talk about the nucleus. So in nucleus, DNA replication, transcription, translation, particularly in the mitochondria like respiration, in the plasma membrane, the transport of the molecules. So all of these metabolic process at a cell level also, they are regulated by a special class of the chemicals, which are the enzymes. If I talk about the chemical nature of enzymes, the enzymes are proteinaceous in nature or proteins mainly. Although there may be a non-protein part or may not be. Enzymes may be completely made up of protein or they may be having a non-protein part also. So the general characters of the enzyme, the definition and all about the enzymes we will discuss in the upcoming video. Today particularly, or in this video particularly, we will only discuss about the history of enzymes. So as I told you earlier, the enzymes were associated with the many functions inside the enzyme in a particular cell, and there are many processes which were regulated by the enzymes that we can see or that we are using from earlier times. So if I talk about the history of the enzymes or the early history of enzymes, it is associated with a process that was the fermentation. This particular process, the fermentation, is used by the human civilizations from the earlier times, even before 10,000 before Christ, 10,000 years before Christ. The humans were using this process. The fermentation is mainly used for making the wine from the grape or the barley, or it may be also used in the meat tendering or the breakdown of sugar into alcohol. So this particular process was known, but actually the factors behind that or the living organism which is responsible for the fermentation that we know today is yeast. So civilizations or human beings were not aware of that particular living organism or the factors which are present inside this living organism that we know as the enzymes. The humans were not aware of that, or the earlier civilizations were not aware of that, but the process were known. The fermentation was known. So this is a remarkable event, or this is a historical event that is associated with the history of the enzymes. So in scriptures, various scriptures, like if I talk about our civilization or Indian civilizations, in Rig Veda, which mainly deals with the abiotic factors, this process fermentation was mentioned. So whenever we talk about the history or the discovery of enzymes, this event particularly, the knowledge of fermentation, we will include in that topic also. Rig Veda as well as some Greek literatures, okay, or the Greek scriptures, the process fermentation was mentioned. If I talk about the modern history, so in the modern history, the pioneer or the inception of enzymes was established by a scientist, which was the Anselm Payen. Anselm Payen. He was the scientist which was believed or which was the founder of the enzymes. Let me correct myself. This is Anselm Payen, not the Anselm. So better I would write the Anselm. Here it is. So this scientist, Anselm Payen, in 1833, they extracted a solution which is having an enzyme that they call the diastase. This diastase enzyme was excreted from the saliva, and it is a mixture of enzyme amylase. The mixture of enzyme amylase. Although that scientists were not aware of the amylase enzyme or the particular factors that what the enzymes do, but they excrete this chemical from the saliva, which was an enzyme. So it was the inception, it was the pioneer discovery in the history of enzymes. So it is very important, the contribution of the Anselm Payen. After the Anselm Payen, later after 30 or 40 years in 1857, after 20 years in 1857, the Louis Pasteur also gave a remarkable contribution in the discovery of the enzymes. Okay, along with the Anselme Payen, the contribution or the statements of Louis Pasteur were also very, very important and generally asked in different competitive examinations. So what Louis Pasteur stated that, Louis Pasteur, which was a great scientist, they stated that this particular process is carried out by the yeast. The particular process fermentation, the fermentation of sugar to alcohol, this process is carried out with the help of a living organism, and that living organism is yeast. So first, the Louis Pasteur stated that the yeast carried out the process of fermentation. Second thing, they stated that particularly yeast having some factors, the yeast cell having some factors which are responsible for carrying out the fermentation process. So those factors which are present inside this living organism, that is yeast, that they call ferments. So Louis Pasteur give a word ferments for the so-called known, or today what we known as enzymes. So the word ferment was given by the Louis Pasteur. The important contribution or the important definition or the postulate that the Louis Pasteur gave was that fermentation is carried out by the help of living organism. Before that, no one knows that fermentation is a living process. Okay, that involves the living organism, that is the yeast. So it is an also important discovery in the history of enzymes. Moving on to some more discoveries. There was a scientist F.W. Kuhne. This is Kuhne. So the F.W. Kuhne in 1877, okay, they coined the term enzyme for the previously called ferments. Ferments, which was called by the Louis Pasteur during the 1857. So this particular scientist F.W. Kuhne, they coined the word enzyme instead of the ferments. They stated that the Louis Pasteur was correct. The fermentation is carried out by the yeast, and yeast having some factors which they called ferments. So they gave a name particularly to those ferments or those factors which we now known as the enzyme. So the word enzyme was coined by F.W. Kuhne. This is generally asked. It is also an important concept. Enzyme is a Greek word in which en means in, enzyme means living, or particularly yeast. That living factor is yeast. That's why the meaning of enzyme is in yeast. So it is also an important discovery or the history. Next is the cell-free preparation of the enzyme. Cell-free preparation of enzymes. It was stated by Edward Buchner. He also received Nobel Prize for this. So Edward Buchner in 1887, okay, they discovered that the cell-free preparation of culture of enzymes can also be prepared. They stated that this process, that is fermentation, which was stated by Louis Pasteur, is that yeast can carry out this process. So Edward Buchner found that even if the particular factors, those ferments or those enzymes, are extracted in their pure form in abiotic environment, okay, then also the process of fermentation can be carried out. It means there will be no requirement of a living system or a living component particularly. If we extract those factors, if we extract those enzymes in their pure form, even then they can carry out the process of fermentation. So it leads to the discovery of cell-free preparation of enzymes. Means the cell is not required to perform the function of enzymes. Although enzymes are produced inside the cell, but even then they can work outside of their natural environment or outside of the cell. This was called cell-free preparation of enzymes. How they stated that? They extracted the enzymes or the so-called factors which was ferments. They extracted them from the yeast and they put them in a solution and carried out the process of fermentation which was taken place. So it is also an important discovery which was done by the Edward Buchner in 1887. In 1907, for this they got a Nobel Prize. So Edward Buchner was associated with the University of Berlin. and it was an important contribution or important discovery in the field of enzymes. Moving on to next, Duclos in 1883. Duclos was a scientist which gives the system of naming of different enzymes or the nomenclature rules, nomenclature of various enzymes. Although at that time there were no standard rules, because nowadays there is a particular organization, that is the Commission on Enzymes of International Union of Biochemistry, which was established in 1961. About that we will discuss in the upcoming videos whenever we will discuss that topic, that is the nomenclature of enzymes. So earlier in 1883 a system of nomenclature of enzymes was developed by the Duclos. So we will also study that in the history. Another important contribution was given by J.B. Sumner in 1926. The scientist J.B. Sumner extracted the enzymes in their pure crystalline form. They extracted an enzyme urease from the seeds of the plant. So they extracted this in pure form. Although earlier Edward Buchner have already stated that enzymes can work in cell-free environment. If we extract the enzymes out of the cell, they can still carry out the reaction in a abiotic situations or the abiotic factors. So this particular enzyme urease, they extracted it from the seeds of the plant or from their natural environment and gave their nature, that is the proteinaceous nature. So once they extracted this enzyme in their pure form, this is the one important discovery. Another is that they give the natures of the enzyme. They stated that enzymes are made up of the proteins, or they are proteinaceous in nature. So this is an important contribution. Urease enzyme, which break down the urea into ammonia and carbon dioxide. They firstly extracted this enzyme in their pure crystalline form. See, although J.B. Sumner have already stated that enzymes are proteinaceous in nature, okay, but there is one more discovery, that is the pure proteins are also enzyme. The pure proteins are also enzyme. This statement was given by two scientists, or this statement was discovered by two scientists. One is the Northrop and another is the Stanley, the Meredith Stanley. These two scientists stated that the pure proteins are also enzymes. See, there is a difference between the Sumner statement and the Northrop and Stanley's statement. What is the difference? The J.B. Sumner stated the nature of the enzymes. They extracted the urease enzyme in their pure form. They studied the urease. They found that it is made up of the proteins. There may be a chance that other than the protein, there may be some other groups like lipids, or there may be some other derived enzymes which is made up of protein as well as the non-protein part. Okay, but the Northrop and Stanley, what they stated as they stated that pure proteins means all of the enzyme is made up of only protein, means only the amino acids. This thing was stated by the Northrop and Stanley. So these are some 7 or 8 scientists which gave their contribution in the discovery or history of the enzymes. Let me tell you some examples like pepsin, trypsin. These are some enzymes which are only made up of the pure proteins, which are called simple enzymes. When we will discuss about the structure of enzymes, we will discuss simple and conjugated enzyme. So simple enzymes are only made up of the protein like pepsin and trypsin. For their discovery, they get the Nobel Prize in 1964. The Northrop and Stanley got the Nobel Prize in 1964. So that's all for today. Have a good time.